Kyra, Coach talked about you coming off the bench and you sort of taking that role and running away with it. What's it been like to come off the bench and contribute for this team?
I play whatever role my team needs for me, and so if that's coming off the bench and giving points that I give, then or the rebounds, whatever that I contribute to that game, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm not focused on like bench or starting, whatever. As long as we get the end result that we want, which is winning, I'm good with whatever. So just playing my role. Really.
What's your relationship been with Alyssa been like so far?
Good. We're obviously on a kind of string down there. Us being bigs and her being a freshman, I'm trying to, lead her and show her the ropes of everything. But she's catching on really well, and we have a good relationship. The chemistry is coming along with her and the team and all the newcomers, so everything's meshing really well. So.
You talked about trying to lead, especially with Alyssa and the whole team. What would you say is your leadership style and how have you been leading?
I kind of try to give everybody a voice and a say. I don't want to be this dictatorship type of situation. Everybody has to say, this is our team, it's not my team, it's not Coach Jack, this is our team and our family. So whatever is best and however we can be successful with everybody on board, that's how we're going to do it. And that's what I try to, that's the way I try to reach out to them. Sometimes, obviously, there's things that need to be said or need to be done that need to come from a captain's standpoint, and me, Dom, and Deja will handle that if need be. But for the most part, I try to give everybody a say and try to give equal playing field because anybody can be a leader whenever they need to step up. So.
Kyra, you're shooting 70% through your first 2 games. What are you hoping to continue doing well into the next couple of games this week?
I think my biggest thing was consistency going into the season, and so me being consistent within the last two games, I think I'm just trying to capitalize on that and build off of it, really.
Defensively, you guys have played a little bit of zone this year, a little sparingly. Do you think you guys will play a little bit more of zone, and what is, different about that defense, and how does it kind of give you guys versatility?
I think because the 3 defense that we've been doing is a little different than 1, just because we're clogging it up inside, and so we kind of do that for driving teams. So like we've been practicing a lot for Coppin State coming up because they're a driving team, and so I like it. I think it is very different than the 1 defense that we used to do, but I think with the personnel, with our length this year, last year we kind of had to rely on our speed and some of that because we had a shorter team, and so this year being bigger, I think it's beneficial for us, and whatever's going to get the job done, we're going to do. So,
a couple more questions.
What was your biggest goal going into this season from an improvement standpoint on the court?
I think, like I said to him, just consistency. I know I had to take on a bigger role this year. Stretch leaving, Asia leaving, some of our big pieces leaving. I knew that I had to take on more of continue my leadership role, but take on more of a role on the court as well. And so I've been trying to do that, and I've been getting feedback from my coaches. I've been getting feedback from my teammates, and I've been doing good. So. What
have you seen from Sophie, especially without Georgia? How has she kind of stepped up and shouldered a bit of?
They're very similar players. She's a shooter, just flat out shooter. You get her the ball, she's gonna shoot it. She said that in her little interview thing. It's true. She's just gonna shoot it, and she's a good shooter. I think it's good to have her out there. It's good to have not just one person that's like their go-to shooter. Like our go-to shooter, we have shooters on the court now. We have bigger people on the court now, so we're just expanding our game.
Coach Jack talked about a toughness that her players have to have when they play for her. How have you built that toughness up?
I think just her lack of toleration for like nonsense, I think has really like made me kind of toughen up and grow up, honestly. Like I came here as a sophomore. My freshman year didn't go as I wanted it to. It went well, but not as I envisioned it. So coming in, I was trying to just kind of adjust and everything, and I wanted to, slowly get into it, and she refused for me to slowly get into it. She just said, like, you're going to learn this, you're going to go through it, ask questions later, just do now, whatever you feel comfortable with. And so she really pushes us to not think so much and just do. And so I think for me and the whole team, that's how we've kind of just gotten that toughness about ourselves. Like, we can't think about everything. We can't think about being perfect. We just talk, fly around, do whatever we need to do. But everything's not going to be perfect, and she knows that. And so I think that's what she's trying to teach us.
Any more questions? Last one.
Kyra, following Coppin State, you've got at Maryland and then the South Point shootout. How are you guys preparing for maybe some tougher games heading into ACC play?
We look at every opponent like we're playing the South Carolinas of the world. We go in there with a different intensity every time, and so we're preparing for Maryland through Coppin State. We're preparing for Northern Iowa through Coppin State. We're preparing for all of our games ahead because we know our schedule is just going to get tougher throughout the season. So I think coming into practice every day with a mentality that we're going to get the job done, whoever we're facing on the court, is how